another episode of Gotham by Night. Well, it's been quite an eventful week, hasn't it? This scene will take place after the little escapade by Andrew and Sigma on finding information about a killing that happened that could be very well related to another little killing that happened in a certain club that Andrew visited. Mystery continues. But first off, when laws are broken, there are punishments. Sometimes these laws include a fine, imprisonment, but in the world of the wolves, such things are irrelevant. Punishments take a different form when it comes to those who failed Luna. Tonight, our first scene will take us to William heading home. Previous nights, although not expressed that he has been doing illicit things, nonetheless, that's not what is on his mind tonight. For tonight is a full moon, and the punishment of Luna will commence. William is at the sushi bar, but his mother and his birth mother are nowhere to be seen. The bar is empty, closed, shop is closed, and all he can hear is the rain pattering over the nice, delicate roof of the sushi bar. And our scene will take us there first.
William is just sitting down in front of the counter, waiting for something to happen or for someone to come, because this is very unusual for no one to be here this time. How odd.
Typically, the shop is open at this hour, but it's not tonight.
He is going to try to open up his wolf senses just to see if he can hear any footsteps. Maybe someone that will come enter or someone close by, because he's sort of worried as well.
You do so. It's easy. It's easy here at the place of your first change. It's delicate at first, but when you try and open your senses, you are immediately stepped into the umbra.
He starts panicking a bit and he starts looking around, trying to piece together what has happened. Why is he here? And then it dawned on him, am I going to be punished?
You no longer find yourself standing in the bar. You find yourself standing in a vast forest, trees larger than you've ever seen, thick, cannot see the canopy up top, and it is night. But you are a wolf. Your senses are clear.
He starts looking around to see if he can find anyone or even anything like a spirit.
Roll me a wits plus composure.
Few successes.
You hear voices coming through. Oi, where'd the monster go? It's over this way. You hear dogs and other things barking. You see lights appearing in the shadows of the distant tree line.
He will walk towards the lights foolishly.
Okay, you do so. You see a lot of men with weapons and hunting gear and dogs and strange talismans that glow on around their necks. They see you. They open fire.
Yeah, when they see them, he will sort of try to speak to them, but then the instant they start to open fire, he will run away.
Mhm.
And then he will, while running away, scream, "Why are you shooting at me? What have I done?"
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Shotgun is 8. Okay, William, take 12 aggravated damage for me.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Uh,
Does that KO you?
yes, in this form at least. Yep.
Okay. You awake, but you don't remember sleeping. You remember getting shot, and it hurt. Silver. Silver burns. But if you look at your sheets, you didn't take any damage.
William is kind of shivering with like panic, and he's sweating
you are
profusely.
you are naked. You're floating on something. You're looking up at the dark sky with rain pouring down on you.
Learning from what has happened the other time, he will try to find a place to hide just in case something like that happens again.
All right. So I take it you look around where you are then.
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to roll
You
for it
you
again?
no, you look around and you seem to be in a harbor of sorts. This is probably Gotham City main harbor. You appear to be in one of the less busy ones at the moment.
Does it look like the real, like the flesh world, the mortal world to me?
It looks like the mortal world, yeah.
Yeah, he will basically enter the sewers or try to. Well, he will. Yeah, that'll probably be the best decision because he's naked and running through the streets naked would probably get him arrested. So he will try to find the sewer and try to follow it home to the sushi bar.
All right. Well, you look around and you try and paddle through to the shore. You're kind of far out from the harbor area, but you feel something bump you.
He looks underneath the water just to see
It's
what
ve-
it is.
it's ve- it's very dark. It's hard to see.
He will try to swim faster.
Swim a little bit faster. You feel something push you from behind, almost kind of accelerating you forward a bit.
Hmm. He will still try to swim faster, even more now.
You swim as fast. You're frantic now. Roll me a stamina athletics.
Two successes.
Okay. You swim pretty quickly. You're able to get to the little thing quickly. If you find a ladder, it's not massively high up, maybe about a good 3 feet.
Hmm. He will try to grab onto like the wood or something and try to reach the ladder. But, like he's in a full panic mode right now.
Now you climb up the ladder. You climb up the ladder.
What do I see?
You turn down, and it's very difficult to see in the darkness, but now that you're close to the harbor and there's light, you see a very, very large shape slowly treading water. And it's a little bit creepy because these particular creatures aren't very good at swimming still, but you know how when a fish does that, it'll swim, but it won't be moving? It'll
Mm-hmm.
just be like its tail will be swaying back and forth and it'll just be kind of staying there. And it is a giant, probably about 26-foot great white shark,
Holy shit!
staring back at you with blank black eyes. It's just staying in place, just looking at you.
He will stare at it for a second, and then he will slowly back away while looking at it in the eyes, just backing away into the harbor some more.
The shark follows you under the pier boards.
Why is this happening? He will panic sprint to try to get to some concrete.
You get to some concrete. You eventually manage to work back into kind of the more staging area of the loading where it's like concrete where forklifts and some other crates and containers are. You don't see the shark anymore.
He's gonna try and compose himself, and after composing himself, he'll try to see if there's anyone here, like any mortal humans.
At first, you don't really see anyone, but then eventually you see a man walk on over to one of the forklifts and start working on it.
Okay, he will. Okay, he will try to relax a bit because, well, in his mind is well the flesh world. That's at least what he thinks. Comment, and he will try to find the sewer grate, manhole, even.
The man looks up and sees you. Hey, sir, what are you doing here? The place is off limits at night.
Um, I don't know. Seems that someone might have drugged me, sir. They even stole my clothes, apparently.
Really?
So I'm a bit naked at the moment. So if you don't mind me, I'll just stay crouching. Real sorry about that.
Uh-huh. He looks over to his radio and he says, 10-4, I got a crazy out here.
I'm not crazy, I swear, sir. Someone just drugged me and threw me in the ocean and stole my clothing.
Really?
Yes.
How would a crazy know if they're not crazy?
What? That doesn't. What? Look, I am not crazy.
Well, I don't know. You're sitting here in the middle of Gotham Heart, Gotham City loading area. You're completely naked.
Look, I don't know
You're not
why I'm here.
you're not one of them druggies, are you?
No, never had a drug in my
William
life.
Romeo Wits plus your primal urge. What'd you get?
Two.
You notice that the man, although fully clothed, is dripping wet.
He will kind of glare at him a bit and then slowly back away. Hey, why are you wet?
Oh, fell in. Clumsy me. Slipped on the broad. Lost control of the rope.
He will turn on his wolf senses and try to see if he can smell Luna on him.
You don't smell Luna.
Huh,
You smell
okay.
seawater, but that's about it.
Okay. Look, mister, I am not crazy. Someone drugged me and threw me into the ocean and stole my clothing and all my. Ah, crap, my wallet! My identifications is on there. Could you, could you like just. Okay, this is gonna be a weird request, but do you have an extra set of clothes? Cause it's mighty getting chilly here.
I have no clothes for one who betrayed.
He's just gonna have a.
Why did you kill that man?
What do you mean?
Why did you kill those men?
And his face is gonna have a different demeanor on it. I did it for Luna. I didn't mean to eat them.
Are you a man or a beast?
A monster.
Exactly. You're a monster, and what happens when monsters kill men?
I didn't mean to eat them.
What happens when monsters kill men?
We wreak havoc.
They fear, and when that fear comes out, they hunt, and then they hunt us to the brink of extinction.
They were terrible people. Is that not what we were made for?
You broke in, you tracked them down, you murdered them, and then colored the entire set of that warehouse with their blood. And he's walking up to you very close now. You dishonored your teachings, you dishonored your parents, and you made a mess of one of the only warehouses where we could store fish. I
They were,
salute you.
they were working for the Riddler.
No, he cuts you off and he says, I salute
What?
you. He taps your shoulder. Stop looking so serious.
What? Is this not my punishment?
Oh, I imagine your punishment is you getting shot. Not to mention, I imagine your punishment is getting thrown out into the middle of the ocean naked. Not to mention, you were in my territory and I had to kind of push you back to shore. You were pretty far out there, man. You were about a good 50 miles.
William looks super confused right now.
Well, look, you fell out of the sky and you were in my territory, so I gave you a little push back to land.
Thank you.
Of course.
I don't suppose you have an extra pair of clothes.
Oh, your clothes are over there in the locker.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was kind of weird. You appeared up naked, but your clothes were on the shore. So, I mean, someone took them.
yeah, yeah. Thank you for helping me, dude. I'll just I'm William, by the way.
Oh, I'm Harris.
Yeah. Anyway, hmm,
Harris Nassine, and yes, the last name is Hawaiian.
yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll just get my clothes and I'll be out of your territory.
Whoa, whoa,
And
whoa, 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 there. It's not how this works, man.
okay,
We need to have a little discussion about what you've been doing.
okay.
So after you get dressed, he's just
Yeah,
standing
yeah,
there
yeah,
waiting,
yeah, yeah.
and
Let me just. Yeah.
he says, "Hey, so you did something bad.
Yes.
I don't think your mom's gonna like it."
He like slowly tries to look at his face and what do you mean, my mother?
Right. Your real mother.
You know who they are?
Yeah, I met him briefly.
Okay. Okay. Look, like I said, I did not mean to eat them. It just happened.
Yeah, it's not that they're gonna be worried about.
Okay, explain.
He leans in and kind of puts his mouth like he doesn't like try to kiss you. He just leans in like
Yeah, yeah,
his
it's
head's
about to
next to
whisper.
yours, and he
Yeah,
says, "You know, that Tatiana has a really strong perfume."
he starts to. He quickly looks at him in the eye.
You you did go home afterwards as well, and I don't think your mother said anything, but that was a very strong perfume. Hell, I could have smelled that from a couple blocks away. And it was all over you in places it shouldn't have been.
It was a mistake. I am trying to fix it.
A mistake?
Yes,
Are you
a
telling me
very.
that you didn't want to do any of that?
Look, I'm trying to fix it somehow.
Please tell me how you're going to fix it.
Yeah, I got nothing to be honest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell the truth?
What do you want me to tell you? That I liked it? That I would do it again, even though I don't. Look, I just want to go back.
Be honest.
Yes, it felt good. I want to do it again.
Did you ever consider why you want to do it again?
No, it's just instinct, right?
Right, instinct. The very thing that drives you, me, and all the rest of our kind. Instinct. And what has our instinct gotten us? Betrayer of Luna.
Don't call me that.
Betrayer of Luna.
It's just gonna fucking glare at him.
Are you going to fight me, boy?
I want to, but I won't. It,
Yes, you want to, don't you? You want to tear out my throat. You want to eat my liver. You want to destroy my body. Because I am a predator insulting you. After all, you can't let this stand, can you?
what do you want?
I want you to admit what you are.
A monster? I already know what I am. What do you want?
I want you to tell me what you're going to do about it. Are you going to be a monster that people hunt in the dark and lie in fear, or are you going to take action and show the world what fear truly is? Are you going to show them that we are not mere playthings to be hunted at a whim?
William is just grating his teeth. You want me to choose an answer? I'm not gonna give you one. I do not have to answer to you.
He pulls out a little sword. It looks like a rapier, and he stabs you.
Okay? I'm gonna try and fucking punch him.
Okay. His
You know,
defense is 7.
you know what? I'm
He's,
gonna, since he stabbed me with a sword, I am going to pull out my claw and I'm gonna try and stab him. Like I'm going
okay,
to
you're
use
going to try
the
and slash
silver.
at him?
Yeah.
Minus 7 dice because his defense is
Okay.
7.
Okay. I'm gonna spend an essence and damn. I can only roll a chance die. Hey, I hit him.
Yep. Not doing a whole lot. Let's see what happens here with his damage.
Not off a chance tie. That's not enough.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, it has to be a 10. Shit.
Yeah, that's why it's a chance die.
God damn it. Okay, so I missed.
Whiff. Ducks. What's your defense in this form?
Uh, I'm still human. I just grew claws. Let's see. I got 6 defense.
Okay. Gets a hit. So he stabs you again. He's like, come on. Come on.
William is breathing heavily and just glaring at him, trying to so hard to compose himself. I know what you're doing. You're trying to goat me into fighting you.
Kind of sits there and he's kind of smiling maniacally at you. And he's like, yeah, what are you going to do about it?
I am going to leave, and I will not play your games any longer.
You can't leave. You have to face your problems. Can't run from them.
Well, thankfully, you're not my problem.
Looks at you. He sheaths his sword. Pokes you in the chest and he says, now you're learning.
You had to stab me just to tell me that, teach me
Well,
that.
well, to be fair, it adds emphasis.
Look, I really need to find one of my mothers so I can ask them about some really important shit. So if you would excuse me, I am leaving.
Well, I know. I've kind of been distracting you here the whole time while they were on their way.
Shit,
And you see this woman kind of walk out from the side.
shit.
She walks up to you.
I can explain.
If this slap was in our reality, you could hear it from 3 blocks away.
Jesus Christ.
She slaps you so hard, you don't take any damage. But dear God, this is a slap.
William is just silent and just looking at the ground.
I can forgive. your discretions, Toluna. I can forgive your misgivings. It is easy to lose control. That is nothing to be ashamed of. However, what you are doing now is dangerous. Do you even care for this woman? This thing? This undead flesh?
I, I don't know. It feels different.
She slaps you across the other side of your face.
He's just gonna say nothing and keep on looking back to the ground.
William, you will answer me and look me in the eye.
He will look up. I feel something for this corpse, as you call it.
There's a very long pause. As she just looks you in the eye. Then she embraces you in a hug. And she says, "You have made a choice. For every choice, there will be a consequence. This one will have severe. I approve of you, my son. But others will not. If you continue down this road, you will make enemies. Understand that."
I already know.
Very well.
There are more pressing things I need to ask you about. I'm sorry, but
It's at this point, William, that you feel unbelievable, immense pain where you got shot.
oof,
Roll me a willpower to even stay on your feet.
oh shit. Okay, let's see. Okay, 1.
Yeah, you just barely managed to stay on your feet. It's unbelievable agony. It feels as if though the silver itself is being extracted through your veins and your body. Unbearable pain racks you.
We need. And William starts to go on one knee.
This lasts for half an hour. Roll me 2 more willpower saves, please. Very
Wow.
nice. You don't pass out and you don't scream. You do your heritage proud.
Mm-hmm.
All of the silver eventually extracts from your body. Your ag damage is healed. But that hurt. For the rest of the night, take a -1 to all physical actions.
Mm-hmm. Mother, I must ask you something.
What?
A friend of mine, he was killed.
Yes, you told me.
I found out what killed him. Demon. I think I have bitten more than I could chew.
Her eyes go wide for just a fraction of a second and then kind of come back down. And she says, "On the 25th of October, gather allies, and I will lead you on this quest to find this thing. This thing that you're after may be a demon, but those that work with it are not, and they can be found.
Yes, thank you.
She nods, bends down, gives you a little kiss on the forehead, says, "Good hunting, my boy." Sorry.
It's okay.
Microwave blew up. Anyway,
Oh shit.
alrighty, let me get the thing here. So your mother disappears, and you just see Harris standing over to the side. And he's like, "Ouch! How's your cheek, man?"
It's just gonna glare at him,
What?
unamused.
You think I'm gonna stand against that woman?
Well, do you wanna go for a beer, you fucking asshole?
Sure. I'm buying.
Fucking better, you fucking dick. He mutters to his breath.
Fool, I will throw you in that water and eat you alive.
You wouldn't break Luna's oath. I'll be fine.
Who says I have to follow Luna's oath? Who says I'm a child of Luna? I am a child of sea.
Dear old
Didn't you
guy.
like? Didn't were you like not paying attention there?
No,
I pushed you 50 miles, dude.
I thought to be honest, I thought that you know what? Let's get out of here. I can barely walk, and my cheek hurt like shit. And here you are being an asshole. So you know,
I'll tell you what. Why don't we get you a few beers and then you head on back to that club of yours, okay? I think you kind of need to go to that woman and be honest with her. I'm just saying. I mean, even if it doesn't come out to some, lovey-dovey, stupid love story, at the very least, you need to be honest with people about your feelings. That much you do need. Because lying and cheating and, well, I mean, that's kindred stuff, man.
uh huh.
See, we're all about the beast, and I know we lose control, but I mean, goddamn, you gotta be honest, man. Can't be beating around the bush. Can't be lying to people. Not only that, the kindred know when you lie, and that just causes more trouble.
You sure know a lot about this shit.
I've had an interesting life.
Uh huh. Could you like help me out because I literally cannot fucking move my leg and it feels like shit.
Yeah, he comes over and he helps you kind of get up. You guys, he'll take you to the local bar, and you guys will have a beer. It's nice. Nice little sea shack place. And as the scene kind of cuts away, he says, "And then, so I told Captain Ahab, 'You're dead. I've eaten you.'"
Uh, William's just face bombing.
Oh, come on. That one always works. Don't even get me started on the red shirt and brown pants joke.
Uh,
So, yeah, look, I know Luna punished you for what you did, but look, in all honesty, those guys were scum, and I think they deserved it. But you got to remember, kill people, especially in a brutal way like that, it leads back to us. Need to be careful.
I'm sorry. I'll try. I promise.
All right.
I really will.
Remember one thing. The beast is us. We are monsters. that does not mean that we cannot control ourselves.
Man, for a fucking old shark, you sure have a lot of wisdom.
Dude, we've been around a long time. Some of us have been around a real long time.
Alright, whatever you say, Gramps. Thank you for the beer. I'll go do what you said. Probably.
Have a good night, man. I'm always over here at this bar if you need to talk.
Yes.
Oh, and one other thing. I wouldn't bring too many of your other friends around this bar unless they're some of our type.
Yeah.
Because, well, I mean, I'm perfectly fine with it, but some of our kin around here don't exactly like others, especially the kindred.
Noted. I promise not to let my friends meet a bunch of very angry old coots in a very non, what do you call it, YMCA place. Yeah. Goodbye.
Very well. So, William, as you're walking over to the Velvet Rose, we will now pan from your little scene to the Velvet Rose, where Andrew, Creed, Anthony, and Mistress Tatiana are all there for their own reasons. But I'll let that scene kind of begin.
I mean, I'm there because it's my club. And I will be in this particular at this particular moment. I will be in the aviary with my birds because I'm still pretty sad.
Boo-hoo. A vampire decided to go his own. Vampires are playing politics. How horrible. How unexpected.
You will see Anthony installing a sleeping area for what will probably be another addition to Mistress's Tatiana's collection of unusual birds. He is whistling Bella Ciao while doing that.
Yeah, Tatiana is just sitting on the bench there, petting the other birds. There's a albino raven on her shoulder, and an albino peacock on the floor beside her, and she's like feeding them and petting them.
Now, Andrew has seen Creed around a few times. And he's certainly spoken to Mistress Tatiana a few times, but he isn't so sure who this new person is.
Well, Creed's off in a corner, making sure to keep an out of sight of Mistress Tatiana or any of her A-listed goons who might spot me as I kind of sling some product in her club without her knowing.
I think that would be probably impossible
All right.
because there is actually security all around the club, low key, which includes actually Lillian, who is very badass, as you saw. But you could feel free and try.
No, I don't have that good slave hand.
I would like, to be fair, you're just in bad luck because my character's taken to a habit of regularly sniffing the air. So I wanted to ask the storyteller if I might make a senses perception roll.
You may.
Thank you.
I'm just trying to figure out why Creed would be at Tatiana's club after they left things off so badly.
Well, in all honesty, I mean, it's kind of a place where you can do business sometimes. And I mean, not
Yeah.
only that, Anthony, for the text I just sent you, that would be a dexterity plus sleight of hand or subterfuge.
How about watching the show? Why do you have to put drugs in my club after I made it clear that you can't?
Well,
That's
he doesn't.
exact-
He doesn't just do drugs.
Yeah. This is true.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to keep up your mask appearance,
Mm-hmm.
I take it, Anthony, that was the senses roll.
By the way, you don't need the F1 because the ones don't
Yeah, ones don't fail.
take out. Yeah.
So it's actually 3 hits. So Anthony, you succeed. Actually, that's going to be 4 hits. Would Mistress Tatiana roll me a wits plus composure?
Okay. Three successes.
Not enough. So no one notices that. And it is not caught on camera.
What are we supposed to not notice?
Exactly.
Well, it was something to worry about with Anthony and Mistress Tatiana, so I assume I'm good.
Andrew's going to be approaching this new person.
Anthony or Creed?
Anthony. He's
Okay.
spoken with Creed at least once now, I think.
Bear in mind, Anthony is with me inside the aviary, installing something in the aviary.
Yep. He's hard to miss since he's an albino gentleman. The only thing unusual is that his eyes are more bluish than pink. But the rest is pretty stereotypical.
And to you, he probably looks like, a typical worker. Honestly.
Yeah, Andrew has his extra sensors, however.
I'm happy to say that you very much pick up a lively heartbeat. This person is definitely alive.
So, nothing particular about them?
Andrew, you can see with your sight, you notice feathers. But that's about it.
Farah or something?
Seems to be.
Feathers inside an aviary? Who would have thought?
No, like Andrew, you can't no one else sees them. It's just you.
Fair enough. Well, he's not too bothered anyway. Well, mistress, you have introduced me to a great number of your employees, but I don't believe you have introduced the two of us just yet.
Good evening, Mr. Zilic. Mr. Valente.
Anthony cocks his head around quite fast and in a very bird-like manner. Yes?
Would you mind joining us for a second, dear?
He takes a deep breath. Since you insist. And he'll follow.
Well, Mr. Zilic here is really interested in meeting my employees, it seems. This is Mr. Anthony Valente. This is Mr. Andrew Zillick.
Extend a right hand for a firm handshake.
Anthony looks at you just that 1 second too long for it being comfortable, and then slowly takes your hand and shakes it. It seems firm enough. A certain warmth coming off his palm in comparison to your coolness.
Andrew is very much alive, but that was a question.
Sorry, my mistake.
No, none taken. This is a particular club, after all, with a particular clientele.
Yes. We're not... Not everything always is quite as it seems.
Just as you guys are talking, Creed, in the background, would you roll me your social rolls, please? One would be a manipulation, empathy, and then the other would be your dealing roll.
And what do you want me for the dealing roll?
Let's do presence plus... I could say you could do presence plus science for that one.
All right. Let me just... Give me 5 seconds.
Oh, also, would you roll me a dexterity plus stealth?
All right, so first is the manipulation plus... You said manipulation plus empathy.
Yes, but you can add your majesty power if you're using that.
No, because actually, are you talking about awe?
Yes.
That would attract everybody's attention.
Right. Okay.
So that's probably a bad idea.
The sneaky under the table dealer would like to remain sneaky and under the table.
That's 2 successes.
Mm-hmm. And then go ahead and roll me a dex plus stealth, and then roll me your presence plus science.
You know, if my security doesn't catch him, I'm gonna be pissed.
I'm not
That.
I'm not rolling around a... Oops.
Stop casting Harry Potter spells.
No successes there.
Okay, now roll me presence plus science.
Do I get chemistry, my specialty, on this?
Yes.
Right.
Because you're explaining to them and you're really good at explaining
Yeah.
it. Yep.
3 successes.
All right.
That's 4, actually.
Technically, yeah,
4.
that's 4.
Yeah, 4. You're right.
Very, very good. You've got some buyers.
All right.
And yes, Lillian would be in the club, but we're going to have Sigma and Lillian in background at the moment, and then I'll bring them in when their scene comes in, because I've got something for them as well.
Yeah, but Lillian is also a security person. Maybe she could see this happening. Who knows?
She is, but right now she's got more things on her mind at the moment. You've also got her on the outside perimeter. You wanted someone more durable on the outside after what happened last time, after who showed up.
Right.
Yeah. I think at some point, Anthony would probably gently tap Mistress Tatiana on the shoulder.
What is the matter?
He just taps on the side of his nose and nods towards Creed. Something
Hey.
doesn't smell right.
I will point out here,
Mm-hmm.
before you continue, I did
Yep.
not bring any of the product with me.
Okay, then this didn't happen. Sorry.
This is all just making the deals.
Okay. No. My mistake. That didn't happen. I misunderstood you.
Because if Tatiana caught me with that stuff, she'd take it away.
Okay, must have misunderstood something. Sorry, dude.
No problem.
Foul meant.
He's not dealing anything. He's just talking about dealing to
Yeah.
people. He's not actually doing dealing.
I misunderstood that.
And I don't think you would be able to see him from inside the aviary anyway, because it's a bit secluded from the rest of the club.
Mhm.
So the birds would, have their peace and quiet.
No. I had misunderstood that he had the product on him and that was giving a scent, so I was actually going off smell. But
And-
since that's not the case, that hasn't happened.
And I don't think Tatiana even knows that Creed is there at the moment.
Nope. I'm making sure. I'm trying to keep away from her.
Thing is, though, at least my personal people know to keep an eye on him.
Yeah, no, you know he's in the club. And they're watching him. It's just he's not doing anything you haven't told.
Okay.
Like, he's literally doing, like, everything he can to do what you didn't tell him without actually doing what you didn't tell him.
Classic,
Like, literally, if you...
classic little brother.
Like literally, if you say, don't step on that plate, he is now hovering over that plate, Mission Impossible style, without actually touching the plate like you requested, but he's still hovering over the plate.
That's a good analogy. Okay. Anyway, okay. So, Mr. Zilek, since you're here, I take it you have some news for me? You said as much last night. So how did your meeting go?
Well, I'm going to assume they had a chance to go looking after that coin.
Yeah, you couldn't find any coin anywhere related to it. It's a mystery right now.
Maybe you gentlemen would like to take a seat, though.
It's not a very interesting story to tell, sadly. I had a chance encounter. What was that then? 4 days ago? 5 days ago?
What encounter are you talking about?
It was a mummy. I know that, and it was with
Oh,
adults.
the mummy. That would have been, almost 5 nights ago.
I had a chance encounter with someone who would probably know things about this particular coin.
Maybe you
And
want
when
to be a
you
bit
went
more specific?
when you went to her company to try and look for her, she wasn't there. She said they said she would be out for a couple days.
But they were not present, unable to have a look at the coin. So for now, I'm holding on to it.
I'm sorry, what coin? Maybe you should start from the beginning, because I'm not following.
Yes. Suppose I went straight to the update as opposed to what led up to it.
Please set the
Yes.
scene so that we better understand.
Well, I keep forgetting her name. The last name was Morgan, wasn't it?
Oh,
That's correct.
Miss Catherine Morgan?
Yes, we met with her. Apparently, Otto was sending me in her direction for some kind of favor, and she sent us after an official report towards another murder. And the MO of the murderer matched with your club almost perfectly. We went and we interviewed someone, and
Almost, you said. So what was different?
well, the person was dressed up in uniforms consistent with the Penguins employees, but somehow or other, and he looks at Anthony as if he's not entirely sure he should be saying all this, but somehow
I can
took...
assure you, Mr. Zelig, my associate is trustworthy. I've had no reason to mistrust him thus far.
I am no fan of the Penguin. Let's just say rumor has it he doesn't treat his birds well.
Fair enough. He stole her form, you might say. He was a gang member in one moment, and then, according to the eyewitness, he was the woman he had just murdered, dress and all. And then he vanished.
Almost as if by magic.
It's worse than that, Mr. Valente, I assure you. Much, much worse.
Well, yes, Gotham has a bad habit of being a bit of a hive of scum and villainy, if you pardon the quote.
Well, I imagine that small piece of information would be useful to you, mistress, seeing as we have something new that I certainly haven't seen before.
That would also explain how they got in and out without being noticed.
So we were going to, Miss Catherine sent me along with some sort of machine. An interesting individual.
Machine? You mean like, I don't know, like an android or something?
Well, he was very much alive, a person, self-aware, but difficult to explain, I guess.
Interesting. Did you examine the body?
We didn't have a chance. We were interrupted by some of Joker's men.
See, if the same thing that happened to Dalton happens, you will not have that chance.
In the middle of interrogating them, well, something happened. Somewhere in between interrogating them, there's a break in my memory of about 10 minutes. The next thing we remember, both of us, is that we were halfway across town, down by the old piers. We couldn't remember how we got there or why we went there. Still, we called in some of the Invictus contacts. They scoured the place for evidence. And before we left, we found some kind of coin. I took it to
gold, silver, lead.
Andrew will produce it. It looks like gold to me, although I couldn't say for certain.
May I? And he will put a flat palm out.
Yeah, Andrew will let him take a look at it.
Anthony, this is a Egyptian coin. Other than that, there's not much else you can tell about it.
Interesting.
Who was going
It's a
to go examine it.
And he hands it back to Andrew.
Out of character, I don't remember her name or even if she introduced herself, but
You do remember she worked for Wayne's Security.
she worked for Wayne's Security. I can't quite. I know she was. I know she had been talking to Dalton back then. I can't
Are
be
you talking
sure.
about the woman that was with you at the museum?
I don't think so. I know that she showed up afterwards.
Yes, that's what I mean. I don't know when she
Hmm.
showed up. I know that she was there with you.
Yeah, she showed up after the we had worked our way out of the museum itself.
And you don't know her name. A name would be very helpful.
Well, what's interesting and or potentially hopeful is that she's a mummy. And please don't ask me how I know that.
Huh. Interesting. That fits. The coin
Well,
is Egyptian in origin.
I know she was not alive. I didn't know exactly what she was. I guess that explains it.
Like I said, don't ask me how I know. It's just
Well, yes, but see, here's the thing. In order to find her, I could call Mr. Wayne and ask him about his security company, but without a name, it's difficult. I can tell him, hey, do you have a mummy in your employ?
It's at
He'll
this
think I'm
point that
crazy. I'm
it's
crazy.
at this point that William arrives.
By the way, I didn't show anyone what I'm wearing yet. This is what I'm wearing. I'm wearing green today because it brings out the color of my eyes.
Oh God.
William walks into yet another ambush.
I will give
Uh.
100 XP to whoever kills William. Go. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey now.
Don't tempt me, man. Don't tempt me.
Yeah. William will knock at Tatiana's office door. Wait, are you guys there? Where are you guys
No,
again?
we're in the
No,
aviary.
they're on the
Oh,
no, they're in the
yeah.
aviary.
Yeah. He will go try to find Tatiana.
It's easy. You've got to drop her for blood, dude. For at least a week, you need to know exactly
Yeah.
where she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
perfume too.
Yep. Yep.
Now, my
Yeah.
question is, how does that react to someone with very, very similar blood?
What would happen is that it's still her blood, so he knows where she is at all times. But your blood, although related, is still different.
Okay.
He has a bonus to track you, but he does not actually know where you are.
All right.
Through
Yeah,
actual
I don't think he
blood
would
can he do
have a
that.
sympathetic connection.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no. Not that you two don't have a psychic connection either, so there's nothing he can do to leak that.
All right.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna go creep mode and just follow the fucking goddamn
You
compass,
do.
my internal compass.
It's pretty easy to follow the
Yeah.
compass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Follows his nose wherever it goes.
The nose knows.
Oh boy.
Anyway, he William will arrive at the aviary, seeing all three of you there.
Right,
And
time to make a smell roll.
I see Anthony too as a man of
Granted, Anthony, you've seen William before.
Oh yeah, and you remember.
Yeah, Anthony, actually, yeah, you remember William because you made your roll. So
Yeah.
Okay, so do I know his nature, or let's just say his
Well,
wolfy musk?
yes, his nature is wolf.
yeah,
Okay.
you saw him change into a half wolf thing.
Yeah,
So
you literally saw him in war form
Ah, cool.
tear the shit out of someone.
you and
Oh,
I were the only
lovely.
ones who remembered
Yeah,
that.
you're the only two who remember it.
Yeah, because I'm not affected by the delirium.
Yep.
Aha.
Mhm.
Fair enough. Okay, in this case, this time Anthony gently taps Mistress Tatiana on the shoulder and just makes a polite hand gesture towards William. Going close in. Ah, Wolf Boy has returned.
William will kind of like look at Anthony like he's trying to place him because he thinks he's seen him before, but he can't quite put his
William,
finger.
you do remember him briefly at the sushi bar, and you also remember him briefly in the fight, although you don't really remember what he did other than you heard gunshots come from him.
Mm-hmm.
You probably also are a bit jealous because he's right there.
Oh, God damn it. Anyway.
Well, yeah, you see the albino gentleman, and yes, the odd cocking of the head it's just not quite human. There is definitely something very bird-like about him on occasion.
If anything, it's getting worse. First it was Andrew, now it's Anthony. She's building a veritable harem.
No,
Oh,
Anthony is
you
just
misread
an
the
ornithologist.
situation.
Yeah.
You're definitely misreading the situation. But please have Andrew think that she's building a man harem.
By the way, we'll go
It's
ahead and
definitely
pause.
something Tatiana would do.
Yep, we'll go ahead and pause that scene, and we'll go to Creed here for just a sec.
Mm-hmm.
Creed, one of your people you're talking with is in a very nice suit, and the overlay I'm about to put up is not the suit they are wearing. But they're in a very nice hat with a bowling hat, or like a not like a top hat. What's the round version of a top hat?
Bowler.
Bowler hat.
He's wearing a very nice bowler hat. He's got a nice red suit on. He's got a little round cane. He's talking to you, and he's like, "Well, Mr. Creed, I am fascinated by this product. Where can we do business?"
Quick question: is he alive?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Right. Well, I ain't have any of the product on me, but I can meet you somewhere. And I'm going to give him a last list of addresses of street corners that I normally will do exchange, or bars that are more cool with me.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you meet at my place, and we'll do business there.
Nah, man, I ain't that sort of dealer. I don't go to the people's houses, you know? Bad stuff can sometimes happen.
No
You're not a
kidding.
cop, are you?
No, I'm no cop.
Good. Yeah, so I like to keep this whole deal public, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll meet you at any points to one of the addresses. I'll meet you at this one then.
Right. I'll have the product in like 2 hours. Are you good for then?
Oh, of course.
Right? And he says, "Oh, by the way, never caught your name."
My name is Edward.
And you didn't put up any overlay for him, by the way. If there
I
was
know.
supposed to be. Okay.
I haven't put up an overlay for him yet.
All right. Creed gives him a smile. Am I getting any like weird senses off him?
Roll me a wits plus composure.
No, wits plus empathy.
It's more of a perception check.
All right. Eventually, I'm going to get trained observer, because that is baller for this. Nope.
Oh, You're not getting anything funny off of him.
All right. Can I make that a critical fail?
You can. You want to beat? Okay.
Yeah.
So you critically fail. You notice absolutely nothing. This guy looks very, very good, and he offers to shake your hand.
All right. I'll take his hand.
Hey, you shake his hand. And you don't notice what he does.
All right. So I'm going to give him an address.
Creed, would you make me a willpower save, please? You might like the scene, Creed, because you might get another 2 beats depending upon what happens.
0 successes.
Okay, you are enslaved. Go ahead and take another beat as I will take control of your character here.
All right. And that's for what? Like a scene,
This will be for a good portion of this scene.
All right.
But you can go ahead and take another beat for that. Creed is going to walk up to Tatiana.
Oh. Well, good thing I'm surrounded by 3.
Yep. Creed's just going to walk up to you, Tatiana. He's going to be like, hey, I got to head back home. I forgot some. I think I'm just going to call it a night.
Did you enjoy your time here?
Oh, I did. And I'm sorry for about all the stuff that's been happening. I've just been a little bit out of it.
You're always out of it, Creed. Nothing new. Just stay safe, okay?
Of course. Gives a little nod, and then he leaves the club. Creed, you are aware of everything that is happening and everything you are saying, and yet you have no control over it. You walk onward, and you continue on about 6 or 7 blocks until you get to kind of the old city of Gotham. And then you proceed on into this warehouse that appears to be abandoned. You walk down a long flight of steps towards a basement. And down there, you see a door, a modern door with a modern security pad.
All right.
By the way, to answer your question, Creed, yes, I'm having this be part of your dramatic failure, and I'm going to have you roll again, and you can add that on to break it.
Okay.
And you can roll that at any time you wish to break it. Although now that first scene is over and we've gone on to another scene with your character, you can go ahead and roll to break this if you want right now.
All right, sure.
You can attempt it anyway. So willpower plus blood potency.
Wow, it really doesn't want me breaking this. All right.
All right. So you are down in the basement at this very fancy-looking new door with a new keypad that doesn't belong in this old warehouse. You type in a code that you didn't know you had it. Do you have eidetic memory?
No.
Okay. So you type in a code. The door opens. And then the door shuts behind you. It is pitch black in this room.
Vampire.
Lights. Yep. You can see.
Yeah.
You can see cages off to the right and left, and then the lights come on. And as you continue on down, you see this odd-looking chamber. It looks like it's a square box with like bulletproof glass. There's a chair in the middle, and there's 3 other chambers. You walk towards one of the chairs. You can see this weird sort of platform it's sitting on. You sit in the chair, and all of a sudden, these metal clamps, one around your neck, one around your chest, two around your arms, two around your legs, and then one around your feet. These
Well,
look
shit.
pretty thick. Chair leans back just slightly. And go ahead and make me another break roll.
Can I spend a willpower to add on?
You may. So this will be willpower plus blood potency plus 3 dice.
Okay. Fail again. With 10 dice.
Damn. Well, to be fair, he's not in danger yet. So you are eventually broken out of your control, Creed, but you are now strapped to a chair
Alright.
with very thick steel clamps.
Alright. I have vigor. Can I try to break out of these?
You may. Roll me a strength plus athletics plus vigor. You will need at least 3 or 4 hits to break this.
Can I spend a blood to give me auto successes?
You can spend a blood die. I think it gives you 1.
It gives you amount equal to your vigor.
Okay. What is your vigor?
2.
Right. So you can spend a blood to get 2 hits. Therefore, all you will need is 2 hits.
Wow, this dice roller hates me today.
Uh.
Can I try again?
No, I just realized I know why you're failing. Look at your dice.
Oh, shoot. Can I re-roll? Can I re-roll all this? Yeah. Can I re-roll all this?
Oh man. Yeah. Go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and cut that scene back to the door.
All right.
Roll
I'm
to
sorry
break it.
about that. That was me being
That's okay. It
completely
happens.
stupid.
Willpower plus blood potency. This is at the door. We're just gonna ignore that scene. Pretend that didn't happen.
All right.
Freaking A. No wonder you've been failing. Fucking D6s. There we go. You got a success. Unfortunately, it's not enough. You still go through the door.
All right. One more
Actually,
at.
Yeah, one more at the chamber door before you walk in.
All right.
So same dice pool.
1 success again.
2 successes.
Oh yeah.
There's a 9 there. I don't know why it crossed off the 9. 2 hits is enough to do it.
All right.
Crossed
So
off 9 because he forgot the more than symbol. He only
Yep.
put the equals.
Sorry about that.
Right. So you proceed on to the door like it's going to walk you into the chamber with the chair, and you break the control.
All right. What the fuck? All right, that was just freaky.
You see the door behind you, the big one, close, and the lights kind of turn green, and you hear this music start to play, like this kind of carnival music. And it says, "Hello, Creed. Welcome to Riddler's lovely carnival of games. Would you like to participate in today's adventure? There will be rewards."
What kind of rewards?
Oh, money, toys, you name it. I'll take that as a yes. Let's start to play the game. And you see the chambers kind of light up and the 3 chairs sink down into these elevator platforms. And then the 3 chairs both rise up with 3 people in each chair. And it says, on one hand, on the far right, we have one of your best customers. On the middle, we have some poor random Joe. And on the far right, well, we have someone extremely special. And Creed, you look at the person, and this is someone who kind of roughed you up one time. Didn't like his deal. So on one hand, we have hate. On one hand, we have unknown. And on one hand, we have your best buyer. Now, most people would consider that you would go for the best buyer as the person that you choose to live, right? So I'll take my odds on that. Or would you like to prove everyone wrong and save someone else? Choose one to save.
Out of character. Now, is this best buyer of mine part of my herd?
Yes.
Okay, well, I don't really have a choice because I'm bloodbounded to him. Since that's Davis' problem.
Yep. He says, yeah, I figured you would do that. It's not like you really have much of a choice once, blood is blood after all. But let's make it a bit more interesting. Have you ever played 3-card Monty, Creed?
Creed probably has, I haven't.
Right. So you remember the thing with the cups and like the rock under the cups and the guy does the whole shuffle thing and
All right.
yeah. So the chairs literally do that. Except they go underground too. So this will be a thing over 2 rolls, and I'm gonna go ahead and count that willpower that you spent earlier, not spent, since you didn't use it, right? There will be 2 rolls you'll need to do. They will both be intelligence or wits, plus composure, or any other perception kind of thing you think you could do, but it would mostly be intelligence or wits plus composure.
So I have a question here.
Go ahead.
My best buyer, was he drugged up?
Yeah, all 3 of them seem to be kind of drugged.
But do I could recognize his heartbeat?
Yes.
Each person has a unique heartbeat.
You could. That's clever. Okay. So add 3 dice to this.
All right, so that will be wits plus composer plus 3 from willpower plus another 3. So that's 4 successes.
Very good. Roll another one. If you wish to spend another willpower, but you don't have to spend another willpower.
All right.
Nonetheless, that first one is a pretty dang good success.
0 successes on the second one.
Okay. Roll me it one more time. You'll have to get at least 1.
1 success.
Oh, the threshold was 5, so you get 5. Oh, that was close though. Creed, you can see that he's trying to do something kind of tricky here. For those of you who have played Batman Arkham Knight, you know what this is. It's literally the 3-card Monty chairs where like the chairs go down and he tries to swap them underneath and try and be tricky and be like, haha. But no,
That was similar in Arkham City.
Yeah.
Always cheating.
You pretty much you can hear the heartbeat of your chosen. You know who it is.
Yep.
He hasn't fooled you. It's the middle one.
Middle.
He's like, what? You must have cheated. Right. The whole blood bond thing. Well, I'm feeling gracious today. I'll let one more person go. So I will let your buyer go. And who else do you want to save? Do you wish to save your childhood bully, or do you wish to save someone you don't know?
on the one hand, childhood Bailey is a known and would be definitely an interesting person to save. But on the other hand, you always gotta go for the unknown. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What did this unknown guy look like?
Now that you can see that the shrouds are off,
Yeah.
he looks kind of like a. As to describe him, bearded, tough-looking guy. Kind of looks like a biker.
All right. Yeah, I'll go for the Mr. Unknown.
Okay. So the two chairs unlock, and your buyer and Tim fall to the floor. In the third chamber, the third chamber starts to fill with an odd-looking gas.
With my bloodline sight, can I tell what it is?
You can tell some of the chemicals that are in this gas, but you've never actually seen this gas.
So I'm just going to go, ooh, what's that?
This is a little special concoction that I have gotten from my good friend, Dr. Crane. Let's see how this man reacts to it. And the man in the chair immediately starts screaming and trying to tear his eyes out, but he can't because he's strapped to the chair.
You got some fear toxin?
Yes, but I added a bit of extra chemicals in it to enhance its potency. Let's see what happens. Oh! And the man literally starts to bleed out of his eyes, out of his ears, out of his nose.
Oh man, that's gruesome.
And he just keeps bleeding until there's not much left.
Very entertaining. So we good here?
Of course. You can take your 2 prizes and you may leave. Oh, and help yourself to a consolation prize on the way out. I did say there would be prizes. Just open up the trophy. And if you wish to continue this game at another time, you may answer the riddle inside. Don't worry, I'll know.
All right, so I'm going to move up to the biker
Mm-hmm.
as if to, after checking my buyer, and go, hey, are you okay, man? Does this guy look alive? Like,
Yeah, he's
does he
alive.
have heart?
Oh,
All right,
yeah, he's alive.
I'm going to try to use confidant on him.
With the state that he is in, since he is dazed and drugged, it will auto-succeed.
All right, cool. Should I still roll just to see if I get exceptional?
Sure.
Don't you need to have them like charmed first before you do that?
Confidant is the charming one, not the enthrallment one.
Yeah, that's the second one after all.
Yeah, confidant is so you have when you have confident on is the one that if they fail, they're charmed. You're thinking of loyalty, which is the one that enthralls.
No. I think that you have to first do the all thing and then do the confident.
All right, well, I'll do awe because awe
Well,
is
it's
literally
anyway, so yeah.
it's free and you don't need to roll for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, you... Easy.
All right.
He's like, hey, you're the boss. What do we do?
All right. We're heading out of here, but can I get a name first?
Oh, name's Max.
Max, what were you doing in there?
Well, I went out for a few beers. I went out to my bike, and then I don't remember anything after that, and I just remember being strapped to the chair.
Dude, you gotta be more careful in Gotham.
Yeah, no kidding, man. That's the last time I go out drinking at night.
Yeah, tell me about it. Sort gives a laugh as he's going to lead lead the two of them towards the whatever booth or
Mhm.
wherever.
So you go out toward the door, and the door automatically opens for you.
All right.
And you can see a little Riddler trophy kind of off to the side.
All right. I'm going to go grab it.
You open it up. There is $50,000 inside.
Nice.
There is a little piece of paper with something written on it. And
Peanuts.
there is a coin, except this coin is black, and on both sides there's a green question mark.
All right. I'm going to pocket all three things. And I'm going to start heading out.
Okay. You head on out with Max and your buyer.
All right. I'm probably going to be making sure the buyer gets home safely,
You do,
and
Tim?
have a sit down with Max and talk to him about who exactly he is. Try to get more information.
Mhm.
Why the Riddler might have taken him.
From what you can determine, Max is kind of just a normal biker dude. He's part of a gang that kind of it's not like Baka, but it's like bikers for non-abuse and all that. And he's one of those members. He seems just be an average Joe. He works down at one of the Gotham. He works for one of the Wayne Industries computer tech. So
All right. All right.
he does night security occasionally at the museum, but that's about it.
All right. So no one that important or anything interesting I can get from him.
Other than working for Wayne Industries, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Still, that might be useful in the long run. So, is he still under like the drug effect, or has it worn off by now?
He's still a bit druggish. It's probably going to take about
Right.
24 hours before everything's out of his system.
All right. In that case, I might as well try and enthrall him for the next couple of days.
Okay. Are you going to give him any blood?
Huh?
Are you going to give him blood?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm just going to say, I'm looking at his conditions here, these guys. I'm just going to say with all his conditions, it's just auto. You auto do it. Because there's no way he's going to. There's no minuses to you, and there's actually a couple here that say any rolls attempted to persuade just auto succeeds. So
All right. So, what do you do down Wayne Industries exactly?
oh, I'm mostly just we kind of set up fundraiser events and stuff to prevent bikers against abuse, all that stuff.
All right.
Kind of big on that. Say, you're a really cool guy.
Right, right. So, you have access to anything cool down there?
Well, just between you and me, I suppose it's okay. Tell you what, one of my boys down in the underground fighting ring, so to speak, he's got a nice connection on stuff. You know what I mean? If you want guns or drugs, he's your man.
Nice. I might actually hit you up on that offer.
Oh, well, yeah. You should also come watch some of the underground fights. Cool stuff to watch. Don't tell anyone about it, okay?
Okay.
No worries. So, I mean, who am I kidding? You can tell whatever you want, boss.
Right. I'm going to basically send him on his way, get his phone number, because
You
this
can
will
just
ask for.
contact info.
Yeah.
Go ahead and write down that you now have contacts with Max James.
Max James. And I'm probably going to start heading back towards the club.
Okay. I will say that Andrew, William, Tatiana, and Anthony kind of had some conversation. This was about a half hour.
Yep.
Creed eventually comes back into the club, Tatiana.
Well, technically, from the aviary, I can't really see him, so.
But I imagine he'll make his way over there.
Yeah. So I just had a really weird encounter.
I thought you were going home.
Yeah, I wasn't exactly in control then.
What exactly do you mean you were not exactly in control? What
I don't
happened?
know. I shook this guy's hand, and next thing I know, mm, I was
What
like,
guys? When? Where?
I think I just encountered the Riddler.
It
You
sounds
think? I mean,
He made me play this weird save guy's life. Um,
who is the person you spoke to? You mean in here?
yeah, I met this guy named Edward. Shook his hand, and next thing I knew, I was like a puppet on the string.
it
I
sounds like you made a deal.
I think, gentlemen, we should take this conversation up to the office. Please go ahead, and I will join you in a moment. And she will stand up and go towards her guards and make some quiet inquiries.
Go ahead. What do you wish to tell your guards?
Pretty much to pull up security from the cameras, front, back, indoors,
Mhm.
see
That's
to see
that's
who was talking to Creed.
easy enough. You can see a guy kind of dressed up in a very nice red tuxedo, kind of looking thing, bowler hat. You got his face, but it just looks funny. Like for whatever reason, his face is kind of blurred, but the rest of his body is not. But you definitely remember what he was wearing. Basically, think of the Riddler getup if it was like red, but it's like a red tuxedo, like a nice red bowling hat.
Okay, I'm gonna take the footage and go upstairs to meet the other four that are waiting there for me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we've got a bit of a problem. He knew exactly what it was.
Well, I expect that to be the case, cause let's say the riddle that he sent to me was one that he knew I would have a hard time with.
Oh, what does your riddle say?
Well, we have solved it since then. By the way, Bullet, put it in the side chat so he can see it. And I will produce, Tatiana will produce her cell phone so he can see the riddle.
He didn't give you another one, did he, Creed?
Oh, yeah. Pulls out, shakes his head a little, and pulls out both the letter and the token,
Coin.
the
Yeah, the
coin.
little coin token. So he pulls out a black coin with two green question marks painted on either side.
It a riddle of some sort.
Yeah, that's apparently his thing.
Made some sweet dough on the whole venture.
So, what exactly happened there?
Yeah, he stuck three guys in a cage, and then made me play three guard Monty with them. Ended up killing one of them with some sort of con- fear gas concoction. Would have loved to get my hands on a little of that.
By the way, Creed,
Yeah.
Do you
you
say that
now you.
openly?
By the way, Creed, you now realize that he's. You get a little bit pissed because 5,000 of it is real money. The other 45 is apparently now you can notice is play money.
God fucking damn it.
Still 5,000.
I don't understand what you would want to do with that gas. I would prefer that you take this thought out of your head. Because
William is just glaring at you now.
it will only bring you trouble, Creed. Can you just forget about this? I mean, anyway, what does the new riddle say? We'll deal with this later.
I open up the riddle.
You open up the envelope and it's got some. It literally looks like someone has taken letters from like magazines or newspapers and just kind of glued them all together. It's kind of very awkward. Um, it says, "Riddle me this: Who is Gotham City's most notorious two-faced villain, and where did he find his roots established?"
Out of
will- you will-
character,
you
I
will- you-
know. In character,
you
what we're
yeah,
all.
you will find another trophy if you can go to the roots, and then it says roots in established again, of his beginning. Where did the notorious two-faced criminal start his career?
Can I roll streetwise for this?
Both of you can roll streetwise for this.
I don't
Intelligence
have
plus streetwise.
Intelligence plus streetwise.
I don't have streetwise.
Can I roll for it?
Yeah.
I'm assuming specialty Gotham works.
I mean, would academics work or politics?
Politics
would work.
Politics would work, but you'd need at least 3 hits.
That's actually 4 hits because of professional, or 3 hits because of, sorry, 3 hits because I have 9s again on streetwise.
So I need 3 hits to get that with politics. Oh, there's no chance this will happen.
Well, either way, you're.
Ooh.
Yeah. So you're actually good. All of you get this riddle. When he says two-faced, he of course means Two-Face, the notorious gangster, once district attorney of Gotham City,
So I have to go
known
to
as
house.
known as Harvey Dent. And yes, he got his start at the courthouse. Although you're not entirely sure which courthouse, since there's 3 major courthouses in Gotham. However, 2 of them are currently in use. The third one is in the old city, abandoned.
I guess we'll have to go to Arkham.
Anthony, I got something for you. Anthony, are you there?
Maybe he's muted.
Birdie?
Sorry, we were having technical trouble. I heard, yeah.
So, Anthony, your earbud picks up.
Mm-hmm.
Keep an eye on them for now. Bug planted successfully, downloading information. We have the security access and clearance to Tatiana's club. Well done.
Is he the only one who can hear this? Can't we do a
Yes.
perception?
No, Anthony is the only one who can hear this.
But it is like an earbud.
Well, one would think at first glance anyway.
So we can't roll anything for that.
Nope. Does anyone here have dominate level 4 or higher?
Nope.
Nope, then no one's going to get it. Andrew, let me see if you have anything. Nope. Sorry.
Not even the wolfy senses.
Nope, not for psychic.
Oh, for fuck's sake. God damn it, Anthony. I trusted you.
Well, Anthony will not do. Will just continue listening and seeming thoughtful, and to do his best not to let anyone know that he's hearing anything, even if it's just in his mind. If I need to do a roll for that, I'm more than happy to do that.
Wits plus
Yes.
subterfuge.
Fair enough.
Since you're pretending and not really doing anything sneaky, you're just pretending to not pay attention.
On it.
And what do we roll to contest that?
Roll me wits plus composure.
Isn't that with empathy?
You could use empathy for this, yeah, because he's using emotion to try and hide stuff. So
Okay, let's see. Let's see if it's even needed. Holy shit, man. Holy shit. That's my detecting lies.
well, yeah, but that's
Empathy.
yeah, I know, but that's still a tie. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, defender wins. Anthony still gets it, just barely.
Ah!
Because
Yes.
Anthony isn't really actively doing anything, he's just continuing with what he has been doing so far.
Didn't even get a suspicion. God damn it.
Yeah, there's a reason why my guy does what
Yes.
he does.
Gasp! It's almost like Anthony's good at what he does.
Oh no! Could it be that he's competent? Perish the thought.
Damn you, Ant. Actually, I don't really care. Creed doesn't really care, so yeah.
What a good brother.
Yep,
Mhm.
he's the awesomest brother. Creed's busy trying to figure out if what this token is, this coin.
Is he spinning the coin in his hand?
Yeah, sure.
Anthony will pipe her and say, "Sorry, Creed, could I have a look at that? You'll get it back, promise."
Raise an eyebrow and go, "Who the hell are you?"
Creed, can you please be a bit more polite to my associates?
Sorry.
Anthony Volente.
Who the fuck are you?
I am Anthony the fuck Volente, and I am responsible for the aviary of Mistress Tatiana here, and, well, let's just say I would like to help.
Let me make something perfectly clear. Anyone repeats this behavior in my presence in my club again will be kicked out immediately. So watch it. And
William is
she will
sorry.
impulsively glare at Creed because Anthony was reactionary.
William is still glaring at Creed. He didn't stop glaring after he said that he wanted the gas. Just looking at him.
And yeah, and bear in mind, William is the only one who knows Creed's connection to Tatiana. Nobody else does.
Just gives William the scoffed look. You got a problem? My
He's
eyes
just
are up
gonna
here,
smile.
buddy.
Tatiana will put an arm on William's shoulder just to make sure that he doesn't. Just let it go. It's not worth it. Anyway, can we focus at the task at hand instead of
I
being
hand
sidetracked?
Bird Boy the coin.
Yeah, he'll positively snatch it out from your fingers and give it a good look. Storyteller, is this once again an Egyptian gold coin by any chance?
No, this is actually a black metal coin. It almost looks electronic. It looks like one of those token coins that you slide into like a slot machine or game machine. And to specifically activate a certain machine.
Hmm. Interesting. A machine or a gaming token. Haven't seen these in a while. It's a bit old-fashioned, but yeah.
Well, something
And he will hand it almost as quickly as he snatched it out of Creed's hands. He'll place it in
By
front
the
of him
way,
again.
Out of character, I have to step away for just a little bit, helping my parents bring in the new microwave. Mr. Zillick, are you going to do anything else this scene? Because I have something to push your story along so we can let Lillian in to at least do some social while I'm away. I'm going to say that Andrew's phone rings.
I was going to attempt to investigate the coin, but sure,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Go ahead and make me the roll for the investigation and do that. But could you go ahead and drop out and we'll let Lillian in since she hasn't had a session today. Um, and I need to do something with her when I come back, and then I'll have something for Andrew, and then I think Cosmic also had something for you coming up. So you've got a lot happening. So
If you guys want, I could jump out. I
no,
think my.
Anthony, I'll need you for something definitely.
Oh, no. In that case, I'll stay put.
Mm-hmm. All right, so bam. So Lillian, I'll say that you finally managed to get some of your stuff under control. It was difficult, but you're at least presentable now to the other patrons. And I'll say that you enter the club, and you guys can do a social while I'm off doing this little thing. Back to scene.
Well, you see, I'm willing to bet that once we go to this courthouse, we're going to find a machine that takes this coin.
Cool, I get to play another game.
These games can be dangerous, Creed. We need to find this guy. By the way, for Lillian, we are up in the office. Maybe you can come and make a report or something like that, so you can get to the scene or something like that. You know. But anyway, about the place that you were. This warehouse that he took you. Do you remember where it was?
Yeah, down in Old Gotham.
Remember the address, perchance?
The address, maybe. The code on the door, probably not.
That's not very important. As long as we know the address, I believe we can find ways. Can
You
you
don't
write
think he
down?
would have booby trapped the place?
We can still investigate around it. Just
Alright,
write
your
down the
skin, not mine.
address. Well, you don't expect me to personally go, do you?
Gives a small shrug.
Anyway, she'll pull out a notebook from her office desk and give it to Creed.
What the fuck am I supposed to do with this?
Write down the address.
It's Old Gotham. They don't exactly have addresses down there
Last I
anymore.
checked, you knew how to write, though, so perhaps you will find a way. Maybe draw a map.
Right. He's going to jot something down in the book.
Is it something offensive?
Let me flip a coin on that. Highs or lows?
I have to choose.
Yes.
Fuck, I'll go highs.
Eyes. All right, it isn't something. It's the actual address
Okay.
or a small map.
Thank you.
The arrow pointing to it, you can't be sure, but it does seem to have a very elongated point and curly ends at the back.
I see you still haven't gone over your juvenile behavior. Fair enough. Now you might want to tell me, this gentleman that you were talking to, what exactly were you talking to him about? It's weird, you don't often just go at bars and speak with strangers like that, do you?
Gives her a weird look and go, "You don't go to bars and cut the shit?" That explains so much. We're just chatting.
Just chatting. By the way, is he lying?
Of course he is.
Well, maybe you should roll it.
All right. As everybody watches me awkwardly. One success.
Hmm. Ooh, damn! I should have spent the willpower, damn it. I was thinking of doing it. God damn it. Well, I guess he's tired. Fair enough. I guess you're free to go and do whatever. I will let you know when we go to the courthouse. I'm assuming you want to be present.
Of course.
All right then.
Gives a small wink to William as he heads out.
Just gonna smile and he's gonna wave goodbye.
Hmm. Mistress, from where do you know this Creed fellow?
Frankly, Mr. Valente, this is not something that you should be concerned with.
I was merely surprised that you let him be so disrespectful towards you. That's all.
Well, he's very childish. I know, but I'd say I am a bit soft hearted.
He he just nods and says, "That's good enough for me."
I still need to speak to you about something. He looks at
Yes.
Tatiana.
Um, yes. I'm assuming Andrew has already left the office.
Yeah, Andrew's not even here.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's probably in the backstage.
yeah.
Okay. And Lillian hasn't gone up. Creed has gone downstairs. Okay. Mr. Valente, if you don't mind, I would like a moment with my associate.
That's okay. I was getting thirsty anyway. I'll be down at the bar if you need me.
We will join you shortly, I'm sure.
No problem. And he just gives William and Tatiana a nod and leaves the office and goes and gets himself a daiquiri because for whatever reason he's fancying one now.
Oh God. Well, Tatiana, what she will do is she will take William pretty much by the hand and lead him towards the couch.
I have spoken with Mother.
And
She said she will help. She said she will lead us to the demon.
I don't really know how to deal with this. I've never dealt with a demon before.
She said that we need to get friends and associates to help us.
Seeing as there aren't many people that I trust, this could be a problem. Hmm. But I guess, well, I can know a few favors to some people.
Which people exactly?
Well, Mr. Zillig is already on this investigation, so I assume it would be a good idea to include him.
It doesn't seem that bad, but then again, looks can be deceiving.
Very much so, I'd say. As for Mr. Volante, I don't know. I feel that I'm a bit biased towards him. He's good with my birds.
Are you sure it's not because he's an albino?
Might be too. What can I say? I have a fascination with this condition. It's rare, it's special.
She has also given a date.
Oh,
Out of character, I don't remember the date because that was like an hour ago.
25th, goddammit. 25th.
Hey, it's 6 a.m. Shush.
25th of October.
She said the 25th of October. She will bring us to the demon.
Okay. Well, I know I can have my guards, myself, you, Mr. Zillig, perhaps Mr. Valente, and I will maybe ask Lillian. I don't think I will ask Creed.
I think it would be a good idea. One of us might rip his throat out.
I didn't hear
Ouch.
what you said.
That hurts. That hurts so much.
I didn't hear what he said because he's fucking muffled.
Really? I'm
Yes.
muffled? Okay,
Yes.
what about now?
Better.
Jesus Christ. Okay,
All right, I am back.
Okay,
welcome
repeat what
back.
you said.
Uh, basically, what he said is he might, well, rip his throat out.
Oh, and why would you do that exactly?
He smells like drugs.
There's a knock at the door, apparently.
Yeah, but he's still my brother. Oh. Well, she will take she's sitting fairly close to William, so she will shift a little bit just to, appear a bit more composed. Please come in.
Lillian walks in, having undergone some changes.
Miss Brim. That's something with your
Metallic white skin, and her eyes now blazingly glow instead of subtly glow.
Yeah, but this is gonna make a joke about it. Have you done something with your hair, dear?
I wish it was just that, but I think
Out
my
of
condition advanced.
out of character, how normal is this? Like
There's a
in
lot of echo.
in the future, is this like normal? Like this person
Um,
having metallic skin.
yes, it is, but it's not like
Okay, okay.
it's
Time
usually
out.
only the wealthier.
Time out. Lillian, jump out and jump back in because you do the echo again.
Oh, the echo again.
Hmm.
All right, hold
Usually that fixes it.
Yeah, well, I will say out of character, William.
Mm-hmm.
In Creed's defense, he literally can't not survive without drugs.
Ooh.
He has a bloodline that requires or it costs willpower to drink from people who aren't on who aren't who don't have narcotics in their bloodline or their blood when he drinks.
We all have our weakness, man.
Yep. Uh, this is gonna be terrible for William because like in the shadow, it will like breed addiction spirits.
Okay, testing, testing, testing. There's still a bit of an echo.
Yep,
I
Lillian
swear
does
you
still
put
have a
the
bit of an echo.
how I put the suppression up.
Do
I don't know.
you
Apparently, someone is echoing.
do you have earphones?
I'm using a headset.
Huh.
Yeah, because Lillian doesn't echo, so it's coming from Lillian for some reason.
It happened the last time too.
I have no idea why it's doing that.
Anyway, if you can just mute when you're not talking, so we can at least keep it somewhat.
That can work. Yeah, you just mute when you're not talking, and then when you do talk, you unmute, and then when you stop talking, you mute.
All right.
So yeah, it's normal, William, for someone to have that, but it's usually not something you see in someone of Lillian's stature. In other words, a lot of cybernetics are for either stolen tech. Well, actually, you'd see it under most people. Yeah, it's a common thing.
Okay.
Is there anything to report, Miss Brim?
Beyond my rather recent increase in mutation, which I feel you would need to know, mistress,
Well,
I have
to be
not seen
fair,
much
as long
problems come
as
my
you're
way.
able to do your job efficiently, that's all that matters to me. I may have a request for you, if that would at all interest you. Would you like to take a seat, please? And she will point at the armchair.
She takes a seat.
We are going to have a confrontation of sorts on the 25th. Full transparency, it's going to be a demon, so
Any ally I can master, I think, would be beneficial. This is the one that committed the murder in my club, and also another one that is being investigated by Mr. Zillick. That one you might find
I
interesting.
I see. If you need my help that day, I'm willing to help.
I would definitely appreciate your help and would definitely compensate it in any way you see fit. This cause is very important to me. As for the other thing that I was about to tell you about the second murder, very um, similar to the first one, that demon is changing appearance. At first, he did have the appearance of one of the penguin's gang, and then he took the appearance of the victim. I guess you would find that little tidbit interesting.
One of his cronies. Her eyes begin to flare up as soon as that happens, or flare up more than they're normal. Yeah.
Well, I guess it's possible that the gang member was also a victim that has been previously killed, but you know how it is. Murders among gang members are not really much looked into. But I guess it's something. Oh, and regarding the riddle, we have found an answer. And we also have another that was brought by Creed.
Who took everything with him when he left?
Yeah, but we know where. In any case, if you want in on that action, just let me know. It's not something that I would require of you, but if it interests you, I wouldn't.
I'd be willing to help, mistress, if you want me to.
This is completely up to you. We know where we need to go, we don't know what we'll find. But I guess having more company never hurts. So we'll let you know when this happens.
Understood, mistress.
Now, is there anything else you would like to talk about? You can feel free, William is a friend.
I won't bite.
I don't think you can hurt if you bite.
Oh, believe me, it will hurt.
Not this one, dear. Not this one. It might hurt you.
I'm made of metal a little bit. But it seems my personal condition has advanced.
Does it come with any side effects or problems? Anything that would affect your day to day life?
Um, First and foremost, do I even look human anymore? Or do I look like a robotic version of a girl?
Well, you definitely look interesting.
It looks beautiful.
What would you care to look human anyway? Nowadays, this isn't really anything out of the ordinary.
I mean, I never asked for this.
That might be the case, however, you can take advantage of it. And rest assured, when the time comes for you to have your justice for what was done, I'll be there.
Thanks. Another thing of note, I think my condition advancing also advanced. Well, I think I'm now bulletproof.
Well, Miss Prim, you're full of surprises. However, I wouldn't like to test this out. Suffice to say,
I would not know.
I wouldn't want to find you against me anytime soon. Regarding that proposal that I made you the other day, have you thought about it?
I've thought about it, and I have no reason not to take it.
She will nod approvingly. I'm very glad to hear this. I'm very sure that our cooperation in the future will be fruitful for the both of us.
Anthony,
Yep.
it would be beneficial if you were there at this confrontation.
Copy that. I will aid them.
Wait, is there a bug in my office?
To be
I'm
fair,
s-
Anthony is currently at the bar drinking, so whatever the connection is, if he knows that he can answer without moving his mouth,
Yep.
he will think that, okay, I will aid her.
And to answer your question, Christine, I don't know.
Because he wasn't there when we talked about this.
You're right. He
thing.
wasn't in your office.
Oh,
Granted, he's been in your office before, hasn't he?
yes.
Yeah.
My life. Okay, now you're making me cringe because things have happened in this office.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they have.
Okay. Great. Great. We're cool. Cool. Yeah.
Compose yourself.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just going to be one bearer of bad news. So anything she's saying would be muffled as heck. Because vampires can't be recorded.
Anyway, I'll BRB real quick.
So yeah.
Not by normal means. You're correct.
Okay.
There are things that can get past that. But yeah, most video recordings, audio recordings, they just don't really catch with vampires.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, but what William was saying though, they totally picked up.
Mm-hmm. Not to mention, there are ways to bypass that little thing. But anyway,
I mean, yeah, they could make sense of the conversation just by his reply.
Anthony,
All ears.
report back to base, debriefing, and something came up.
And he'll just answer back, thinking, Target said she would be down in a sec. If I can have 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'll rendezvous with you.
Copy. We'll be waiting.
Perfect. I'll come ASAP.
I mean, she said that, but did she mean it?
Lillian, you feel like this is definitely something that could lead you in the right direction for getting your revenge. And I will have things to do with each character, including Zillick, Lillian, and everything else. Unfortunately, there's a lot of stuff happening outside right now, so I need to go ahead and call this session.
Oh, come on. I need to bloodbond the dude.
Nope. You can do that in a social. You guys are welcome to do a social as well afterwards, but like I said, I have to go for the moment. But
Okay.
I've got individual stuff to do with each and every person in this chat, so I definitely need to get to that when I can. But for now, there is going to be something happening on the 25th. Might be something happening on the 24th as well. Going to be kind of Halloween themed. Hope to see you guys there. But for now, this ends tonight's session in Gotham by Night. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Y'all have a good night.